Hey guys, welcome back to our podcast. On today's episode, we may present again Marianna Duque and our special guest, Daniela Rojas, who is the principal of the English Institute of Jamaica, which is called the MDT. Today, we're going to talk about anglicism and the most common mistakes made by students using reported speech. So first, what is anglicism? Basically, anglicism are English words or expressions that are used on another language, in this case, Spanish. The first word we have is full, which will be something too much, and the translation of it is lleno. And Spanish speakers use it as something they like too much. For example, me gusta full el helado, which will be I really like ice cream. The word is hit, which will be punch, and the translation of it is golpear. Spanish speakers use it as something successful. For example, esa canción es un hit, meaning that the song is successful. One is click, which will be push, and the translation of it is pulsar. Spanish speakers use it as an instant connection between two people. For example, esos dos hicieron click, meaning that when they first saw each other, they had a really strong connection. Moving on, we're going to say some words that Spanish speakers use it right, but they're still originated from the English language. Daniela?
Some other words are panties, that we translated as bragas. For example, me compré unas panties la semana pasada. We also use freaky to say someone is weird, or nerd. For example, ese chamo es un friki, meaning that guy is weird or nerd. Another word is spoiler, that we use it to refer to an advance of something, mostly movies, series or books. For example, no me hagas spoiler de la serie, meaning don't advance me the series. I find anglicisms very interesting because it's so crazy how we can manage to mix words from the English language to the Spanish language and make it make sense and use it in our daily basis or in our day-to-day conversations.
Moving on, we're going to talk about reported speech and most mistakes made by students and mostly its importance, right?
Yeah, reported speech is a particularly important tense because this will help us have conversations in an informal or formal way in our daily lives. This will help us to paraphrase what somebody else had said without changing the time and context it was made.
Well, the first mistake that students make when they're using reported speech is that they tend to translate from Spanish to English, so they tend to not change the verbal tenses. Also, they tend to not change these verbal tenses because they don't know the verb tenses, the past participle, the past simple, so that also this is not a mistake, but it's something that a lot of bilingual people tend to use, and is the word that, T-H-A-T. For example, instead of saying she said she was coming home, they tend to say she said that she was coming home. So it's like a catchphrase. Also, they tend to forget to change the pronouns. So for example, I am going to eat ice cream with your friend. That changing to reported speech will be she said she was going to eat ice cream with my friend. Not that's what the change happens in the your and my. So students tend to forget to change that, so that completely changes the meaning of the sentence,
and it will be completely wrong.
So basically, reported speech is mostly used on press contacts or when you're trying to do resumes and you're trying to paraphrase a text from a web or from a book.
This is why reported speech is very, very important for students, because it can make the writing essays process a lot more better and enjoyable.
Yeah, that's right. That's really good to hear. Well, sadly, this episode is on its end. So, thank you for listening to this, and remember to share with all your friends that are interested in bilingualism. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.